Welcome to the pregame show, brought to you by Recruitlings.com. I'm Kyle Smith, along with the head coach for the varsity team, Andrew Schlie, as Benet Academy is about to host Glenbrook North in a crucial non-conference game here at Seven Bridges Ice Arena. You're very familiar with this team, played him a couple weeks ago, lost 4-2. Good news is the freshman scored. Does he have any confidence coming into this game? After the previous one, he scored.
Yeah, it was a big game for him. He was actually injured until that game, his first game back, and for him to get a goal in that game against a really, really good team is a big thing. Your son Hudson also scored in that game. Too many goals you gave up. You did give up the empty netter, but still giving up 3 or more goals. It's hard to win hockey games that way. It's very hard to win that day, and I hope we learn some lessons from that game. Everything goes through a team in green if you want to be successful, and this is one of those teams in green. What have you guys worked on in training camp and in practice? Seemed like every puck battle in your previous game against Mount Carmel, you were winning every puck battle and every board battle. Well, I mean, it's a focus of ours to be first to the puck, be first to make plays, as most coaches do. I think our team's starting to embrace it, and I'm looking forward to them doing that tonight. You guys seem like, if not the fastest, one of the fastest teams in the Chicago Catholic League. Do your players work on strides, or is it more of an off-ice conditioning thing? It's both. We've got an excellent off-ice coach, former hockey player. He runs all of our off-ice stuff directly at Benet. He's a great trainer, but we also work at a high tempo in our practice as well. Final thoughts about the game today. Good news is it's a home game. Bad news is very tough Glenbrook North game. It's the battle of the Scholastic Hockey League against the Chicago Hockey League tonight. I mean, it's the two best leagues in the state, 2 of the better teams in the state. It could go any way. I hope it flips our way today. It's Andrew Schlie. Does it for our pregame interview. Play-by-play broadcast code up next.
Alex Dentice, Jr., winger, class of 2026.
Alex Karras, Jr., defenseman, class of 2026.
Ava Christensen, Senior, goalie, class of 2025.
Ben Ciesla, Senior, goalie, class of 2025.
Cade Rosenthal, Senior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Carson Stone, Junior, winger, class of 2026.
Danny Quinlan, Senior, winger, class of 2025.
Davin Frasco, Senior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Evan Petratos, Senior, winger, class of 2025.
Hudson Hollweck, Senior, center, class of 2025.
Hudson Schlie, Senior, center, class of 2025.
Jimmy Cannon, Senior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Ihde, Junior, center, class of 2026.
Joel Koehn, sophomore, goalie, class of 2027.
Luca DiCosola, Senior, center, class of 2025. Luca Alpeter, Junior, winger, class of 2026.
Michael O'Rourke, Senior, defenseman, class of 2025.
Nico sophomore, defense, class of 2027.
Nikolas Hensel, Junior, winger, class of 2026.
Owen Ryle, freshman, winger, class of 2028.
Tommy Dusek, senior, winger, class of 2025.
Tommy Rogowski, sophomore, defense, class of 2027.
Vinny, senior, winger, class of 2025.
Coach Andrew Schlie, 15th season at Benet, 1990 St. Rita graduate.
Coach Drew Tierney, Benet 2003 grad, 17th year coaching for Benet Academy.
Michael Frada, this is my rookie year coaching, and I am a former alum under Andrew Schlie at AWF Renegades.
Josh McKay, goalie coach with the Benet Red Wings for over 10 years.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 five-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Welcome to the pregame intro. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Andrew Diedrich. And Andrew, we're going to start early today. We had a 5 o'clock start, but looks like we're going to start at 4:55. It's the Battle of Scholastic Hockey League against the Chicago Catholic League. It's a Glenbrook North team. They've looked good in non-conference battles. We don't really know what they're made of, though. They've only played one game in the SHL in conference play, and they lost that game.
Yeah, head coach Evan Polakidis has said that a lot of this opening part of the year is going to be at finding their identity. There's a lot of newcomers in this team, a couple guys that have switched positions. They're really trying to come out and establish something on who the Spartans are going to be in terms of a hockey brand.
Last game that Benet Academy played was a 6-0 win. That's good, but it was also against a Mount Carmel team that's really struggling. It's a program that's starting from square one with a new coaching staff. Not so much with Glenbrook North. They're always a powerhouse in the SHL. You got to erase what happened and start fresh if you're Benet Academy today.
Yeah, and there's definitely still a lot of positives to draw from that game. You know, a 6-0 game, 6 different goal scorers, and none of them were the all-state forward in Hudson Schlie. So we'll have a lot to look forward to today, and I think all the fans here are in for a treat.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break. More hockey action coming up next.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 five-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
I knew the minute I walked in the door I wanted to be a Red Wing. I could just feel it. I found where I belonged.
There are so many ways to get involved at Benet, whether it's sports, clubs, academic teams, or campus ministry. There's something for everyone.
And you don't have to choose just one. Coaches and teachers are great about working with you if you want to do multiple things.
Benet encourages you to strive for excellence in everything you do, academics, athletics, and service.
It's nice to be around other kids who are driven to succeed as I am.
Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith alongside Andrew Diedrich as Glenbrook North, as you can see on camera, ready to go between the pipes. The home team, Benet Academy, and Andrew. It's a non-conference game, but these two teams might see each other in the postseason. They've seen each other in the postseason before, with Glenbrook North winning the last playoff battle. So you want to play your hardest, but you might not want to show everything out of the playbook today, as you might see each other later on in March for the Blackhawk Cup.
Yeah, might want to disguise your hand a little bit. These are two teams with a lot of achievements in the postseason. As we know, Glenbrook North Spartans, five-time state champions in the state of Illinois. So they have definitely made some postseason runs. We'll see if the Benet Red Wings can try to tackle that challenge as we get set from Seven Bridges Ice Arena shortly.
You know, it's going to be an interesting game, Andrew, because Owen Ryle, the freshman, he scored, and he was injured in that Glenbrook North game. So what kind of confidence level does he have? He scored when he was hurt. Now he's fully healthy against a Glenbrook North team that's struggling a little bit in conference play.
Yeah, they have a good coach.
Some free hockey.
Okay, Kyle with the overtime prediction. I will say, I think we're going to see a lot of goals again. I'm going to say 3-2 Benet regulation, and here we go.
So face-off won by the Spartans. It'll be flipped into the Benet zone as here we go. Hockey action at Seven Bridges Ice Arena. Over to the corner, trying to send it up that time over to Quinlan. Then at the point in the slot, trying to get the shot on that can. It was off the stick that time of Rosenthal. At the corner, Rosenthal, his pass, and accepted past the center line. Flipped into the zone, not able to glove it. Starting between the pipes today is Silver. Out behind Silver, slow-moving puck as it flips over to the hash mark, trying to backhand it in. The captain for the Spartans, that's 22. Lyons was trying to get it in deep, but couldn't. Now in deep in the Glenbrook North zone. At the point, trying to get it on net. Loose puck, trying to backhand it in. Silver trying to freeze it. Net falls off. Partner, it's only 44 seconds into the game. We almost had a goal.
I'm loving the energy from both teams early. The one thing I will bring up, the goalie for the Spartans right now, that would be number 32, Adam Silver. I am surprised to not see their all-stater in Michael Reiderman between the pipes.
Well, you know, partner, you got to get the backup some opportunities. You never know when you're going to use them. We saw the backup for Highland Park in that Blackhawk Cup game. Here's shot, and Silver on the save. Rebound, try shot. He scores! Goal awarded. Early lead for the Benet Academy Red Wings. They're going to credit it to Hudson Hollweck. He was the first guy to score last weekend against Mount Carmel, and he scores that time, Mr. Diedrich.
getting things off on the right note. Hudson Hollweck is putting his best foot, or skate, shall I say, forward. Finding the back of the net once again. Just kind of a right place, right time, and he knew what to do with the stick.
I don't know what it is about these black jerseys, but they look rejuvenized wearing them.
They look slick out there, don't they, Kyle?
Taking off the puck well. You could almost see that coming, Andrew. The early intensity, they almost scored, then off the face-off. And on the second chance, Hollweck on the rebound. That saucer pass, read well by the Spartans. Trying to take him off the puck was Ihde, and out behind Ciesla. Actually, no, it's Joel Koehn who's getting the start today. As that backhanded play out to the corner. Glenbrook North on it, trying to backhand it out behind Koehn. That backhanded attempt over to the slot in the corner. As who will win this puck battle? It's won by Benet, but they're still in their own territory. In the zip code of the Red Wings, out behind Koehn. Stop and start move, it's unsuccessful. Here comes Glenbrook North. On their forecheck, centering pass, no one home. Red Wings trying to get it out. Still deep in their own zip code. Off the boards it goes, and I don't think anybody touched that. Indeed was an icing and a face-off coming up deep in the Benet Academy zone, and we were going to wonder what Glenbrook North would do if they were down a goal early. Nice forecheck pressure the past minute.
Yeah, and the big thing for Benet is going to be, after handling this forecheck pressure, can they get the puck out after successfully defending to go get goals on the other end? They did a great job of that last week against the Mount Carmel Caravan. We'll see if they do it again today.
So that face-off, we'll say it was won by Benet, but they couldn't get it back to their defenseman. Finally, they get it out. Slow-moving puck, accepted past the center line. Now past the blue line. Poke check away, shot. Silver frees it, covers it up. Another face-off deep in Glenbrook North's end, and another face-off coming up for the Red Wings.
Just like we talked about, that was a great job of Benet successfully defending in front of their own goal, bringing the puck down to try and score, and maybe Lightning will strike twice. We got another face-off right in front of the goalie Silver.
It'll be Hudson. Schlie opposing him is Jackson. Jackson won that face-off. Back to the D. Trying to get it out, but couldn't that time by Sarah. Out at the hash mark. Benet wins it, and a broken stick on the ice. Off the boards, it's off the netting. We'll stop play as Hudson Schlie was one to touch it last. Adam Silver getting the start between the pipes, and Andrew, you were a little bit surprised by that. He hasn't been shaky thus far because it's been an Academy attack. Shot after shot after shot. Eventually the puck's going to go into the back of net, and it did for Hudson Hollweck.
Sometimes it's all it takes. If you keep applying that pressure, getting shots on goal, especially at this level, Benet definitely looking to continue to push that pace.
Hudson Schlie, well, we'll say that's a face-off won by Glenbrook North. Out inside the Benet zone. As that pass and trying to do a backdoor cut. Reading it well was Koehn. Off the stick, here come the Red Wings. Past the midway line. And a couple of back checkers were in the play from Glenbrook North, so he just sends it over to the other side. Out behind Silver. He'll slap it over to the point. On the pinch attempt, and it's successful. On the pinch was Hensel. Out in front, trying to get the shot on net, couldn't. Now back over to Rosenthal. On his forehand, that shot goes wide. Karam's off the boards, back to the point, on the pinch, trying to backhand it in, and he took a shot by Ryle. Now over to the corner as some hitting action that time delivered by Owen Ryle. Parter, the freshman, he is not afraid to get in there and hit the opposing team.
I'm loving what I'm seeing out of him. He looked good trying to create some passing lanes down here in the slot in the other end, and he's getting involved on both ends of the ice.
Trying to get the puck out, and did that time by Semmelhack, and now back over to Benet in their own zip code, getting it out of their own zone, now into the neutral zone. Past the blue line, double teamed on the play, as Benet will steal. Sending it over to the corner, off the stick, on the forecheck pressure of the Spartans. Then out behind Koehn. On his forehand, couple of nice stick handles, then sending the puck up. Forward pass, and then retreating back in their own zone is Benet. Finding a defenseman. Dangerous play to break the puck up, Parter, and Glenbrook North almost stole it.
With a one-goal lead, can't surrender any mistakes like that if you're Benet.
Out to the center line. And now out behind Silver. Look, I don't want to jinx it, but Benet thus far, they're outscoring team 7-0. It's not just the 7, Andrew. They haven't given up a goal yet.
They're going to see how Joel Koehn does today. Ciesla, obviously, with that clean sheet last week in the 6-0 win against Mount Carmel. So far, his team is giving him some good help, though. Looking forward to Koehn getting a couple shots thrown his way as we get an opportunity.
Nice move. He's got a man in front. Backhander, and actually off the skate. That would have counted, though, Parter. As long as you don't try to use your skate to score, that would have counted as a goal. Yeah, I don't think anybody touched that. The linesman agrees, and Glenbrook North cheated, a.k.a. icing.
Saw a lot of icing against this Benet team last week from Mount Carmel in that game last Saturday here at Seven Bridges. Don't know if we're going to see as much this time. I think Glenbrook North is a bit more capable when it comes to controlling the puck and defending their own goal successfully and not icing. Either way, they're going to deal with this faceoff right in front of their goalie.
So we'll see if Benet can win this faceoff. This is a key one for the Spartans. Got to win this one. And they do. It's advantage right now, Spartans, in terms of the faceoff. That's something that Benet has to work on. Humongous hit delivered by Stone out near the faceoff dot. Trying to get it out. Did anybody touch that? The nearest ref says no. Glenbrook North. Well, the hand went up, so actually it's going to be a penalty against the Red Wings. How about that, Andrew? We thought it was going to be an icing. Instead, it's a penalty called against Benet.
The one thing that doomed Benet last year in a lot of key games was the ability to actually remain on the ice and not give power plays to the opposing team. Not sure who we're having going into the box right now, but it's going to be a key asset regardless, I think, for the Red Wings.
Yeah, it's not a good idea by Stone. So I talked about the hit by Stone. I think it was the same hit that they're going to call the penalty. Let's see what the I'm trying to look at replay of what the signal was by the ref. Meanwhile, face-off won by the Spartans. As that centering pass. Never a good idea to give up power plays to an SHL team, including Glenbrook North, New Trier Green, and a couple others. One-timer, and it goes wide. Does not carry him straight back, out to the corner. 1:40 remaining on the power play for the Spartans. Setting it up in the slot. And reading it well was Benet. Could not getting it to his defenseman. Now he finally does. Passing the puck that time was Semmelheck. Out to the corner. Spartan still with it. Near the face-off circle. Back to the point. On his forehand shot. Wide again. Can Benet get it out? They can ice if they want. Sending it forward. Reading it well. Still in the Benet zone. Cycling the puck is Glenbrook North taking a huge shot. Got to avoid hitting the head, though. Out to the blue line. Tap pass. Thought about the shot. Loose puck, and Benet cannot get it out. Back to the blue line. On his forehand. That shot. Cade off his glove. Back over to the blue line. Semmelheck has it now. Setting it over to his teammate. That shot, and it goes wide. It was off the stick of 22 Lions. And no icing. Partner Benet took way too much time to get that puck out of the zone.
Plus that hit that may have, like you said, if it was to the head, would have put another guy in the box, and that would have been disaster for Benet. But they're maintaining composure for the last 30 seconds of this power play.
Trying to get it out. That's not going to work. You got to try something else. Get the puck out. They're trying to go off the boards, and great defenseman play by the Spartans. Over to Silver, and he'll tap it back. One man in deep on the PK for Benet. Oh, huge hit. Tap pass by Raub over to Lyons. The captain with it on his forehand. He's got a trailer behind him. Lyons goes coast to coast with it. No one home in front. No more penalty kill for Benet. Out on the corner and backhands it over to his defenseman. Luke Jackson, shot. Loose puck over to the corner. Now with it is Goldman. Trying to get it in front. No one was home. Bennett's doing a good job as they're pushing out forwards in front of Kane. Redirection goal. Glenbrook North answers. Even strength.
Benet was certainly playing like a team that was up one goal, especially in that power play. The inability to get it out, I think, just was a good part in Glenbrook to weather that storm a bit. Even though they didn't score on the power play, I think their work when they had that man advantage led to that goal right there. We have an even hockey game.
Just great job. Kane had no chance. It was just a great offensive strategy by Glenbrook North. Guy comes in from the back door. It's hard for your defenseman to see. It's really not on Benet Academy's defenseman. Just well played by Glenbrook North. Reading your guy at the point. Wait. Then get a stick on it to redirect it into the net. Here comes Benet. Pass in front, and well read by the Spartans. Trying to send that puck forward to Dentice. As the first goal of Benet Academy's home season given up to this Glenbrook North team. Taking the puck away. Couple of stick handles. Trying to send the puck up. Read well by Glenbrook North. Benet with it now. Past the center line. GBN Silver in his glove. What do you think, Andrew? Would you have liked for Silver to place the puck behind the net, or do you like him freezing that puck?
I think I'm okay with the freeze in that instance. I think the early goal might have rattled him a little bit mentally, maybe trying to play a bit more conservative. I can understand his thinking. At the same time, giving up a face-off right in front of your face with how good this Benet offense has been, it's a scary sight.
It is. The good news is his team has won face-offs. That time Benet won it, but he couldn't get it. A quick pass over to his defenseman. Meanwhile, with it is Brajkovic, but he's drilled again.
Loving the physicality from everybody on Benet right now. Carson Stone's getting active. The freshman Owen Ryle's getting active. They're amped up. They want to make a statement in this CCHL versus SHL matchup.
Staying on side well is Benet. Couldn't find the trailer. Taps it to himself. Look at those moves. Excellent job by Frasco. Brajkovic was on it, shot. As he was trying to get it on net.
Huge hit. Oh, my.
In case you were wondering if it's a no-check league, I think these hits have answered those questions for you.
No more doubts about that. We're sure to get plenty more, too.
There you go. If you're Glenbrook North, just play your game. They're playing a very good hockey game right now. Don't let the hits get to you. Just get up off the hit, get back into the play.
I think it speaks to how well they're coached, too. Evan Polakidis, their head coach, is in his 14th year with the Spartans, and it shows how well disciplined and how resilient this team is. That one-goal deficit immediately got erased, but despite the physicality from Benet, Glenbrook North is hanging in this one.
Are you surprised that Lyons has played a lot of minutes? Look, I know he's their captain, but you'd like for him to take a little bit of a rest and get him ready for the second and third periods. There's a chance shot off the stick. You can't turn your head for a second because Benet has been so close to scoring every time. Meanwhile, though, I wanted to know your point of view on Lyons. You think he's playing too many minutes thus far?
I would agree. I'd say it is surprising to see the team captain out there. Of course, who else would you want leading the charge? But it's a long hockey game. We have 17-minute periods coming up still, and 7 minutes in this first period as well.
Yeah, so we've seen him, 75% of the time, and 6:52 remaining in the first period. Not the second or third period, mind you, but the first period.
I do wonder if they make this a one-goal game, they go down and score and go up a goal, if we might see a little less playing time from him to kind of ride it out a little bit. We'll see him more later in the game, potentially.
So here we go, face-off coming up. And who's going to win this one? We'll say Glenbrook North.
Glenbrook North dominating the face-offs, like you said. That's going to be a big thing to consider when their goalie over there in silver chooses to freeze some pucks or just tries to let them play. Benet back again, though.
And it's a tap pass by Silver. Past the blue line, sending the puck up, shot! And I actually would have liked him to go blocker because Kane's better on his glove than his blocker. Kane trying to cover it up and does. Glenbrook North, they haven't had a lot of opportunities, but when they've had them, they've made them count.
Yeah, it seems a bit quantity over quality or vice versa for both teams. I feel like Benet is getting a lot of looks at the net, maybe not absolutely the best ones. They have a goal. Glenbrook North, they're only getting a few opportunities. Every single one of them is really good, and they have a goal. Right. So two different philosophies kind of coming head-to-head there.
It's that speed of Benet, teams are having so many problems getting the puck on net because the back checking of Benet is so fast. Won by Glenbrook North. Got to be better on the face-offs, though. When you win the face-offs, puck possession, you have it for the first 2 seconds. Are they going to say hand pass? Probably. It's a big call because that would be another face-off at Bennett's end.
Mentally, it's just good to get the face-offs. You talk in a bunch of other sports about the 50-50 balls. This is kind of the same concept here. You really want to take as many opportunities as you can to possess the puck and do something with it. Looking
at the last face-offs. Glenbrook North has won the last 3. Out the corner, stolen away by Benet. Trying to get the puck out, off the shin guard, now back at the face-off circle. Sending it in deep. 1-1 game if you're just joining us. A goal scored by Hollweck, and then Glenbrook North answered. I do not believe we'll have live stats today because it's a non-conference game. We'll have them tomorrow. That'll be a fun one against Marist.
Hope to see everybody there for that as well.
As try to do the wraparound. Loose puck in the slot. Chance. Turnaround try. Another try. Puck still loose. Another try. Glenbrook North finally pokes it away.
I mean, how long was that puck just sitting there in the slot, barely moving?
Here we go. 2-on-1. Tap pass, and the saucer was read well by the Red Wings. Here comes Schlie on a line change from the Spartans. Line change as well by the Red Wings. Benet with it. Off the skate. Glenbrook North has it now. With the puck is Henriksen. There's a lot of guys on this Glenbrook North team with great hockey names, led by their head coach with another great hockey name in Paulakidis. That shot, loose puck. Rebound try, no one could slap it home. Off the stick, but you look at the guys on the Glenbrook North team. Jerzak, Henriksen, Reiderman, Avnanian. Shot, he scores! Glenbrook North answers. Haven't had a lot of opportunities, but when they've had them, they've been successful.
Benet had looked good on defense in those past couple opportunities. Glenbrook got going real fast in transition. I think a couple line changes. And I'm thinking that blistering pace that Benet came out with, we saw the energy and the physicality and how much they pushed the pace. I wonder if that's coming back to bite them right now as we see 2 unanswered from the Spartans.
So the goal was scored by Jackson Sterner. Makes it 2-1, and new hockey game for Benet. They can't be thinking about that early lead they took. They lost to this team 4-2. Now they trail 2-1. It seems like this Benet team has looked different since they gave up that penalty.
Wonder if it's a mental thing, maybe different guys on the ice, not quite sure. Heads definitely don't seem in it. That blistering pace that we saw earlier is really nowhere to be found. 4 minutes left in this first period, though, and the break might just change that.
So here we go, deep into Glenbrook's North territory. The first goal of the game, it was led by Lyons, his shot. And I believe it was Bovice who redirected into the back of the net. So Lyons will either be credited with a goal or an assist. That was the first goal of the game. And then the second one, Jackson Sterner. Well, you can't think about the early start. You got to just redirect your attention towards what has currently happened and try to find a way to tie this game up.
Coach Schlie will definitely say that in the locker room, and he's probably saying it right now over the bench. You got to play the game that's in front of you. It doesn't matter what we scored, what we already gave up. There's still a lot of game left, and we have to just play the puck as we see it.
Thing to look out for, and the reason why they blew the faceoff dead, Brajkovic is not staying in the faceoff circle before the faceoff goes, and that time he stayed out of it. See how Benet regroups. Good news is they're at their home. So much tougher when you're driving all the way to Northbrook to come back from a 2-1 deficit. Knuckle puck action. Where's Keenan Thompson when you need him? That was a D2 Mighty Ducks reference, in case you don't know or seen that movie.
I would recommend to anybody that hasn't, please watch it, especially seeing how much it relates to real-life hockey and how much we mention it on these Recruitling broadcasts.
Look, it's just so entertaining. Is it real hockey? Absolutely not.
That's what makes it fun, though, Kyle.
That's right. But you know, like, of all the sports movies, like, the great ones, most of them are real-life sports action. But, like, D1 and D2, the Mighty Ducks, they just flip it on another end of entertainment in Hollywood.
It's almost Space Jam-esque.
Right, yeah, a little bit. Goldman will take the face-off for Glenbrook North. Won by the Red Wings. Over to the corner, that shot goes wide. Trying to keep it in and does. Benet trying to clear it. And can they do it? They kind of do. And now Glenbrook North picking up the intensity, losing the puck. Adam Silver gave up a quick goal, but since then it's been all Spartans. Meanwhile, here comes Glenbrook North on the forward check. Garothanis. As here comes Benet. Benet looks tired, and they do get a line change. Sarah plays it. Taps it off the boards, looking for Semmelhack. Dangerous pass.
Would have been right in front of the slot, probably 20 feet from the goal. That would have been something else for Benet.
Look, I know you want to be creative how you break the puck up, but sometimes conservative is a lot better than creative, but very dangerous. Got a chance. He just can't get the shot on net. Glenbrook North wanted a hand pass, but it looked to me that he dropped the puck. What did you see, Andrew?
I also saw a drop. I definitely was looking for a whistle because that call could have gone either way, at least if you're a Spartans fan listening to us out there. I would agree. That was definitely more of a drop than a hand pass.
Turnaround shot. Great job keeping the 5-hole intact, and covering up is Koehn. Feel free to go on the live chat. Let us know if something's wrong with the broadcast. Trash talk is also allowed. Just make sure it's FCC regulated.
What are those? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Kyle.
Yeah, according to the Pat McAfee show, FCC regulations do not apply.
And they're on ESPN now. How about that?
They are on ESPN. Simultaneous telecast on YouTube as well. Out to the blue line. Here comes Benet. Back checking is Lyons. A lot of stuff happening there. No offside. You know, that's interesting. I thought the first one was offside, not the second one. Watching a replay in a second.
It looked like it was just all the Benet guys were just trying to avoid being offside. Yeah, thought they got past it, and then the whistle blew.
Yeah, I agree it was offside. I just thought it was the first one, not the second one. Whatever.
They got the call eventually, right? Better late than never. Isn't that what they teach you in the school for referees?
Consistency. And remember, even if you're a good ref, you're always a bad one, according to the fans.
Oh, of course.
You're always blind. There's this great umpire shirt of the 50 isms of fans. And it's just so great. It's a baseball umpire shirt, but it's even if you have 20/20 vision, you still need glasses if you're an umpire. That backhanded shot, Koehn on the save. Setting it up in front, tapped away by the Red Wings. It's been a fun one here in Seven Bridges. Backhanded shot. Very rarely do you see Benet get blown out. If there's ever a blow, it's usually Benet doing the blowing out instead of vice versa.
A lot of Benet faithful have packed the stands today for sure, and I think they're looking for one of those Benet blowouts, and we got an opportunity. That one's up.
Lyons, look, we wonder if he's tired. He must have great conditioning because he's always out there, and there's a reason he's always out there. Great job putting his stick where the opponent's stick was, blocking that shot, and avoiding getting your stick broken on the play.
Now, staying in the game is one thing, but contributing and keeping up with these Benet athletes, I mean, these are some fast skaters out here for the Red Wings. Hats off to not just Lyons, but the rest of the Spartans themselves. They're doing a really good job after settling in when Benet came out with so much energy.
Face off won by the Spartans. Here we go. I mean, you haven't seen a lot of face-offs won by the Red Wings of the past. Here we go. Of the past 7 face-offs, 4 were won by Glenbrook North, and now it's back to the last 8 even, but face off deep in the own territory of the Spartans. Off the glass, gloving it. Slow-moving puck. He was trying to deliver the puck to DiCosola, and another big hit off the boards. Play stopped by Koehn. 3.9 remaining. Still time for Glenbrook North to win the face-off. Maybe a couple passes and shoot on net.
That's not what Benet fans want to hear, but it is indeed the case. And we've seen much stranger things happen, not just at Seven Bridges Ice Arena, but just the sport of hockey in general. Here we go.
Face-off won by Benet. Loose puck, that'll do it for the period. But not before 2 Glenbrook North goals are scored, 2 unanswered after Benet scored early. It's a 2-1 lead for the Spartans. We're going to take a 30-second break. More hockey action coming up next.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
How's it going, everybody? Kyle Smith alongside Andrew Dietrich. If you're just joining us, shame on you, because you missed a great 17 minutes. Just joking, of course. 2 unanswered goals by Glenbrook North. How does Benet answer in the second period?
I'm hoping they're going to come out with that energy we saw to start this one off. The amount of checks we saw, physical, getting a stick on everything, being on both ends of the ice. You name it. You know, the Red Wings were really out on this, and they came out hard. Can they do the same in the second period, or has Glenbrook North weathered the storm and are ready to take over this one?
Out in the slot, they switch ends. See how Silver does as he switches ends. It's been a complete team effort by Glenbrook North. Not an easy place to play. Sold out crowd here at Seven Bridges. Spinorama by Rosenthal. As Benet steals, backhanded pass. Going to be an icing. Unless it stops, but it won't. That's a play they like to run. We saw it last year in the playoffs where they eliminated Highland Park. The pass to DeWilkins to finish off the Giants. It was a giant play by Benet.
But,
Thank you. I'm here till Tuesday. Try the veal.
That was a fun game, too, wasn't it?
It's 3-1. It was that weird goalie that he liked to put his glove around the blocker side to glove it.
Look, there's a shortstop out there.
A little bit, huh? Daniel Rubin on the faceoff, but it's run by Benet. As after the puck was 25. Switching numbers today. As it's over to the neutral zone to Glenbrook North. Trying to slap it into the zone. Out into the Benet zone. Here comes Glenbrook North. Nice move, shot, he scores! Goal awarded, Joshua Raub. The Glenbrook North visiting fans love it. Silence from the home crowd.
That goal is going to count against Joel Koehn. I feel like there's not much he could do there. Just a wonderful set of moves there from numerous different Spartan skaters. That puts them up 3-1, and like we said, I think Glenbrook North has settled in after taking that first goal, that 1-goal deficit they had very shortly into this one, and the Spartans are coming up big on everything.
That one hurts. Like we said, it's a Benet team that lost by 2 back at Glenbrook North's home. And now they trail by 2. Joshua Raub with some nice moves. And now Benet is in a little bit of a hole. Look, Ciesla can't play all the games, and even if Ciesla was out there, I think that still would have been scored. The other thing is, too, it was not great defense from Benet. It was a 2-on-1. You gotta get closer to the skater and not allow him to have a point-blank shot or a point-blank chance to try to deke around the netminder. Face-off coming up. It'll be on the near side. How does Benet answer? 3 unanswered goals for the Spartans. Joshua Raub, excellent play. Got it past the stick, and then some excellent moves into the back of the net. It went.
The other thing I'll call to attention, I believe we had a change at goalie for the Glenbrook North Spartans. Number 70, Michael Ryderman, previously mentioned on here, is now in the game.
I don't understand that. Unless they want to split the shift, since it's technically kind of an exhibition game. It still counts in the standings, but it's not a conference game. Silver was playing very well. Unless it's a split shift thing. There's a pass. Shot saved by Koehn. Falling to the ice, but no trip. As on the play was Tommy Dusek. Yep. And then over to neutral ice. Loose puck. That one was on, look at that hit. Nice hit by Karras. Goldman with it. Sending it, and he scores! Oh my goodness! From a terrible angle into the back of the net. And the goal is awarded to Plyman.
Kyle, I don't believe I've seen a goal scored from that. I don't even know what to call that, an awkward angle, just a straight up bad angle. I don't think Joel Koehn was expecting that, and unfortunately, it looks like he's not going to be expecting much more. We see him skating towards the Benet bench, coming in for the Red Wings. Ears must have been ringing. That's number 30, Benjamin Ciesla. And what happened there, Kyle? What a weird angle to shoot at, let alone score from.
I can't really explain it. He's got to be ready. Look, you got to put your glove right on the corner, and you got to guard the post. And now Benet has a big opportunity to lose this hockey game.
Yeah, Koehn definitely with a couple miscues there. That one almost goes in, but was unable to stop or deflect the puck kind of when it went right through the crease and gave Glenbrook North that opportunity. I don't think he was expecting a shot to go from that angle, but here we are. There's a lot of stuff to clean up for Koehn. Right. He's still very young. He's just a sophomore. We'll see what Ciesla does to shore up the defense here, and I do think the Red Wing skaters do have to give their goalies a bit of help, though.
They do, but that one was on Koehn. I think the other 3 were not. You're right, though. The first goal that was given up, it was a backdoor play. Second goal that was given up, Benet tried to pass the puck, and they passed it where 2 Glenbrook North players were. It was stolen, and then a tap pass and a goal. Third one, terrible defense. No chance for Koehn. Backhanded pass and read well by Ciesla. I don't think it's really for performance. It's just trying to get this Red Wing team excited. Shot, save, loose puck, net off, so goal cannot be awarded. And Glenbrook North is taking it to Benet. They might have to call a timeout soon. I know you only get 1 timeout in the game, but 1 more goal is scored for North. It's completely over.
Yeah, 4-1 deficit in front of your home crowd. We're not even halfway through this second period. It's not a good look for the Red Wings. There's definitely potential. We have seen how potent their offense can still be. Maybe Andrew Schlie draws up a certain type of play, some sort of different strategy change, body change, whatever it is, but Benet's got to get something going if they want any chance of setting this one anywhere near contention.
You know what's interesting, partner, is we talked about the Red Wings struggling a little bit on the faceoffs. They made the adjustments. They've won the last 3 faceoffs, but every other facet of the game has gone downhill.
They're winning some and they're losing some right now. They're really trying to pick their battles and unfortunately not winning them all.
Seems like they put too much energy on winning the faceoffs, and the back check and the other facets of the game have gone down the garbage chute a little bit.
Yeah, you are correct, my friend. It just goes to show you how much goes into hockey, how many different aspects of the game you have to control to try and be a winning team.
Such a tough sport. Fastest game on ice, fastest sport on ice. You got to be good at back checking, forechecking, stick handling. Shoots, he scores! Henriksen with quite possibly the best name on Glenbrook North. And that might be the dagger.
I'm a little disappointed in the Benet defense right there. Letting Henriksen getting a shot. He's right in front of the goalie. We're talking directly in the slot. There's not much Ciesla could do. I think you could still hope that he was going to save that. Ciesla is one of the best players on this Benet team. But at the same time, hats off to the Spartans, sticking with it. They let up a goal to start this one, and they have now gone up 5-1 on 5 unanswered goals.
Absolute stunner. No goalie would have had a chance at that shot. Unless you're Patrick Waugh, or as non-hockey fans would say, Patrick Roy.
I sympathize with them a little bit. Like, how many times do you see ROY and it's not Roy, you know?
You bring a non-hockey fan to a Rangers game with their captain playing, hey, I really like that Mark Messier.
I don't know if I've ever heard that, but that'd be pretty bad.
Or if they're playing the Penguins, Mario Lemieux.
Lemieux,
yeah.
Whatever you want to call it, yeah.
Jaromir Jagr.
He's probably still playing. What is he, 65?
I think his last year he was 46. Partner, did he have a step on the defense? If so, that's a penalty shot, not a PK.
The referee is holding the puck. We might just get one of those, Kyle.
The way Bennett's defense is playing, if you're Glenbrook North, you'd probably actually want the power play over the penalty shot. But look, Ryle had that nice move in front of the net. They're going to change their mind, and it's going to be could have gone either way. I'm going to watch the replay in a second. But I think this is advantage Glenbrook North. The penalty shot, I think, would have been a slight advantage Bennett. Ciesla's so good on those penalty shots.
He's got that big, long frame he uses to just get in the way of anything thrown at him.
Well, the first 2 minutes, Bennett was good, and then the penalty, and they just haven't been able to rise above it. They didn't score on the power play, though, did the Spartans. Taking off the puck well. Babola had it. Now Babola. Not a lot of John Smiths on this Glenbrook North team.
They are distinct. I love it. Like you said, great hockey names. We might get one here. Hold on.
And that's not great defense. Look, point-blank shot. It's not at the greatest angle, but you got to get a stick on that puck. It's everybody against the goalie right now.
A lot of Red Wing skaters seem to just be content staring at the puck, letting it maybe come towards them, not really getting in the way or trying to affect it.
You got to be more aggressive. You got to. If you're tired, get off the ice. If you're not tired, you got to be able to win these battles.
Did they really gas themselves out in those first couple minutes of the first period, Kyle? I'm really not sure. It's kind of what it looks like.
I think the 3-1 goal scored by Ryle, but really rattled this team. But look, you're still in it. The old adage in hockey: a 2-goal lead's the worst lead in a hockey game. Unless you have Mario Lemieux on the team.
Yeah. Lemieux, right?
It's like if Goofy was trying to pronounce it. Yuck. By the way, if you've never seen a Goofy movie, you got to see it. It's just great. Semmelhack with a nice pass. Shot. Saved by Ciesla. Loose puck in the crease. Covered up by Ciesla, and a fight on the ice. And that's not very sportsmanlike. That's from your captain, but that was anything but sportsmanlike. Actually, it's the assistant captain. That was Charles Walker.
Not quite sure what led to that. I would imagine the Bennett frustrations are boiling over just a little bit, which is unfortunate because there's still 11 and a half minutes to go in the second period. You got to remain composed because even if you kind of sell yourself in the idea like we might not win this one, you got to compete. You have to build some sort of foundation for future games because they are in this building playing tomorrow, and that's a big game against Marist that they're going to want to be tip-top shape for.
Right, and that's something that Andrew Schlie has to talk about. If Ciesla was going to play tomorrow, did you even want to play Ciesla today? Unless Christensen's going to go tomorrow. I think Christensen might play tomorrow. No icing, of course, because they're on the PK, but trying to find some momentum for tomorrow. Look, if Bennett can score 2 goals to make it 5-3 before the period ends, anything's possible. If they're down 5-1 or even 5-2, I still think it's going to be an easy Glenbrook North win.
You mentioned before maybe using that timeout for Bennett to just try and maintain some sense of sanity. Here we go. Hold on.
Here's Poro. It just seems like the back checking for Glenbrook North is a little bit better than Bennett right now. Nice move.
A lot of bit better.
Look at that by Sterner.
Great moves. Hello.
Ankle breaker. Got his defender to fall to the boards. A lot of speed in the SHL. Shot.
And you said it. That was number 80, Jackson Sterner, with those moves in front of us down here.
Here comes Poro
Another
again.
breakaway.
And they're giving their head coach a little bit of some gray hairs on these pinches. But you know what? When you're up by 4, you can be a little aggressive.
Yeah. I guess that's the time to do it, if anything.
Icing. Would have been high sticking anyways. His stick was almost at his head when he was trying to get the puck. Intended pass that time to Gianluca DiCosola.
The thing I'll point out is that flurry of moves we saw down here in front of us for the Spartans, that was number 80, Jackson Sterner. He's one of the newcomers to this Spartans team. We talked about this Spartans team really trying to find their identity. Coach Polakidis, who's been with them for 14 years, said it best when it's in their best interest to try and establish something with so many newcomers coming to this team. Sterner's one of them. He doesn't look like a newcomer out there. He's hanging with the big boys right now, skating up and down the ice and putting some good moves on.
Yeah. There's really nobody on Glenbrook North that I feel is not giving them efficient minutes. It's been a complete team effort. Off the side of the net. And when they put the new goalie in, there's been less action, that wraparound try. Puck was loose, break for Glenbrook North. Everything's going the way of the Spartans right now.
Sometimes it's just one of those days. When you're on, you're on. Everything right now coming up Glenbrook North. Well, I think the big thing to stress, you talked about maybe Andrew Schlie, head coach of the Benet Red Wings, maybe calling a timeout, try and assess things, keep everybody's head on straight, and get back into this one. Because I think that you know, what you were saying before about, hey, if we score 2 goals, that 2-goal lead going into the third period, it's anybody's game at that point. I think maybe getting that message across to his team would be a wise decision. We'll see if that does happen at all. And before I can even say that, though, here's a big opportunity. We got a Benet power play.
Spencer Goldman will be taking a couple minutes into the sin bin.
Love the sin bin.
You love the sin bin until you commit a penalty and then the other team scores, then your coach doesn't like your trip to that sin bin.
Yeah, much different story.
Taking their time. It just seems like everything is so difficult for Benet offensively and everything is so easy for the Spartans. Ciesla will play it. Just joining us, Joel Koehn had the start. He gave up 4 goals. Ciesla relieved him. And I'm looking at the stats right now, but as I'm looking at them, not a single player for Glenbrook North has scored twice, so it's 5 different scores. That shot right into the breadbasket of Reiterman. Very important member of this team, Andrew. He's an assistant captain, the netminder for the Spartans.
All-State last year was one of the key players that I marked to watch for this Spartan team. He did not start the game, so he still has not given up a goal in this one yet. Bennett's definitely going to try and change that, but Reiterman really is solid in that. He's got quite the large frame he uses to extend and block just about anything that is shot his way.
Backhander, point-blank range. Reiterman with a brilliant save. Glenbrook North wants a penalty. Did he trip and then hit Reiterman, or did he try to push Reiterman? If he tried to push Reiterman, that would be a game misconduct.
I did see Reiterman take a pretty big hit there. His helmet's off. It looks like it might have gotten knocked off there. Didn't really see everything that led up to it, but he's going to gather himself, and we'll see if we get any big call here from the men in the stripes.
This is an old-time song. Good old Lincoln Park.
Yeah. It's a band so nice, they have a neighborhood in Chicago named after them.
There you go. Although they spell it the normal way.
Yeah, like Abraham Lincoln. I don't know why that was the first guy I thought of, but it makes sense, I guess.
Why did you pronounce it like Matthew Perry and Friends?
Abraham Lincoln.
Here we go, breakaway. What a play! Another try. Sterner shot, a save by Ciesla. It's going to be a penalty against Benet. I thought it was clean. We're going to watch it on a replay in a second. Everything is going the way of the Spartans.
Is that number 7, Daniel Quinlan, that effort to try and get that puck out of there and stop the breakaway? That was impressive. I honestly can't even fault him for doing that. You have to get something going, right? And if that takes risking a penalty to try and avoid making this deficit even larger, I'd say go for it.
Just so much speed on this Glenbrook North team. Glenbrook North, they looked a little bit rattled, but they made the adjustments after the first 2 minutes of the game, and everything's been coming up Spartans. So now it goes to 4-on-4 hockey after they called a trip. So it was the block shot. Let's see, did he get leg first? No, they missed that call. It's been a very good game by the referees, but they missed that one. He got puck first before the legs.
Yeah, Daniel Quinlan should not be sitting in the penalty box right now. That might spell disaster even further.
But it's
for
great.
this Benet team.
It's great gamesmanship by GBN. You feel a tug at the leg, even if you didn't get tripped. Go to the ice. What's the worst that could happen? You've already been played off the puck. You're already off the puck.
It's good awareness. Definitely well-coached team, as we've mentioned several times. Evan Pulikides has this team operating. They're a well-oiled machine right now, that's for sure.
And remember, if you're a Benet fan, it's not Benet's fault because that ref called the tripping while you're down 5-1, right? No, they have good sportsmanship, the Benet fans do.
I always love coming here to Seven Bridges. They always pack the house, and everyone that I come across is, one of the most kind people I could ever imagine being in a building like this.
Are you kidding me? Another penalty? What they do this time? Shot, block, holding the stick. And the ref's not liking it. I'm going to watch it on replay right now. I didn't see anything. The other problem is two-parter. They didn't call these calls in the first period. You got to be consistent, and why now? Look, if the calls didn't happen in the first period, you don't call them. But so it was stolen by Benet. It's in the neutral zone. Glenbrook North has it. A little bit of a... And it's a timeout by Benet, so we'll stick with the action here. A little bit of a cross-check, I guess. So it looked like he was, because cross-check is this.
Right.
This is holding the stick.
You guys can't see Kyle, but he's demonstrating what a cross-check is right up here in the broadcast booth.
Right.
And he's doing it very well.
I don't do a lot of things well, but but the cross-check and the play-by-play commentary is what I specialize in.
Attaboy.
I guess it's a cross-check. It's definitely not holding the stick. Yeah, it's a cross-check, I guess. He didn't take him off the puck, though. Usually you call a cross-check when the guy falls to the ice. Something ticky-tack where he led with the stick, but then nothing happened.
You say it on a lot of these broadcasts. We want the referees to be consistent. Bad calls happen. You miss one here or there, that's fine. But if they're going to establish the way a game's going to be played and then flip-flop that mid-game, that's not what you want to see. You want to see consistency out of referees. That's the number one thing.
Here's the problem. If Glenbrook North does that, now you got to call a cross-check on them every time. Do we really want to call 15 penalties in high school hockey? I
hope not.
I guess we can do that, but why?
Yeah. It's not teaching them the game. They're not building anything from it. It's a very slippery slope the referees have set themselves on top of now. And here we go.
Face-off won by Glenbrook North. If anything, now Benet gets to work on their 5-on-3. Not that you ever want to be down 2 men. Shot save. Rob with it, who made it 3-1. Now what? Oh, net fell off.
Yeah, we had another penalty for a second.
Right, yeah. I mean, I guess it was a cross-check, but now every time that's done, you got to keep calling that. You know, one of my favorite radio show analysts is Yurkovich. John Yurkovich used to play for the Packers and the Jaguars. And he says everything in the NFL is holding. You could technically call holding on every play. But we're not going to call 30 holdings in an NFL game.
Yeah, much like we don't want to see that many penalties here today.
Because if you call it on one team, you got to call it on the other. Shoots, he scores! By the way, he was open for what seemed forever, and Jackson Sterner scores, and we're going to see a running clock in the third period.
Benet was down 2 skaters. 5-on-3 is never easy. But to have that scorer, or that skater for the Spartans wide open for that much, sitting right in the crease, right next to Ciesla, that's just not a good look for Benet. They look just completely out of this one. Stunned silence from the Red Wing fans watching on.
I would put Koehn back in, and especially if Ciesla's going to play tomorrow. Game's over. Hudson Schlie, his day might be done. By the way, it's still 5-on-4 hockey. It's time to make the analogy to the Bill Belichick, we're on to Cincinnati, because that's what it feels like right now. Shot, save. By the way, that was Belichick's decision to go with Brady and stay with Brady. Nobody else wanted to do that. Seemed like it worked out for the New England Patriots.
Great analysis, Kyle. I would say, how many Super Bowls? 7? Jesus.
Well,
6?
He won 6, played in 9. And look, Drew had a great career. He was in that 96 Super Bowl that they lost to the Packers. As here comes Benet, that shot, save. Reiterman. That should be a penalty. Are they not going to call that? Please call that. I'm not going to call it the officials, but if you're going to call the cross-check down here, you better call that.
It's that consistency thing we keep talking about. I don't believe they are going to call it.
Are you kidding me? That's intent to injure.
Maybe the officials are just as checked out in this one as some of the other skaters on the ice. I'm not quite sure.
Look, Bennett's going to lose this game fair and square, but at least be fair with the officiating. And somebody's going to get hurt if they don't call that going forward. Out of the blue line, nice move. As here comes Spartans. Sterner shot. He's got 2 goals thus far. Just an impressive hockey game played by Glenbrook North. 6 goals, only 1 guy that scored 2 or more.
A balanced offense, and other than that first goal very early into the game, pretty much a clean sheet on defense. They look solid across the board. There's not an aspect of the game they're not really dominating in.
Shot, save, out to the blue line. Jackson couldn't keep it in. As that puck sent over to Lyons. So Lyons was listed as 4, but he changed his number to 22 today. And Bennett's got to do a better job of playing the body. A lot of the times they got the stick down on the ice trying to poke check it away. And like I said, Andrew, this feels like a we're on to Cincinnati type of game.
You got to take whatever lessons you can from this game moving forward. I mean, there's still a lot of hockey to be played. I want to see something out of Benet. I'm sure a lot of the fans in attendance do as well. We're going to get something in the third period from them, maybe some new faces we don't always get a chance to see. And that could be a welcoming thing for a hockey team, kind of a reset going into a big CCHL game tomorrow.
I don't think we're going to see Lyons the rest of the night, but we'll see.
Might see his brother. Might see Logan Lyons. I don't believe we're going to see the captain of Sully Lyons, though. We were wondering why he played so much in the first period, and maybe we have our answer. Maybe this is Glenbrook's plan all along.
Why do Sully and his brother always get detention?
Tell me, Kyle. Tell me why.
Because they're always lying.
Oh, my goodness. I knew it was coming, too, and I was helpless to stop it.
What do Detroit and Benet Academy both have in common?
I actually don't know.
They're both Red Wings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just a fair observation. Are they supposed to be good this year, the Detroit Red Wings?
No.
That's okay.
They'll be better than the Blackhawks, but that's not saying a lot.
Blackhawks had a preseason game last night.
Nice shot. Hit as that's Karem's off the boards. Have you watched on the new Chicago Sports Network yet?
I think I was out eating at a restaurant somewhere, and it was on, but I definitely don't have the antenna or whatever it is required to watch it. Not quite yet, at least.
Good thing about our broadcast, you don't need an antenna. You just need to know how to go onto YouTube.
Hey, welcome to our viewers. Thank you for being with us on this Saturday afternoon. And as Kyle said, you do know how to use YouTube, and you're sitting here watching us.
So you get the virtual. Here we go. Here's the virtual high five and the round of applause.
I'm off camera, but I'm doing the same thing, folks. Don't worry.
Golf clap. Tough game for Benet. Mama said there'd be days like this. Mama said, and
this is one of them.
I always think of that song playing during the movie One Fine Day.
I don't believe I've ever seen it.
It's pretty good, unless you don't like Michelle Pfeiffer, then you won't like it. Here's a chance. Man, everything is going Glenbrook North's way.
Even when Bennett's winning opportunities, they're just losing them and squandering them in different ways. It's unbelievable.
When it's your night, it's your night. When it's not your night, it's not your night.
Yeah, I really don't want to see Benet get too demoralized on this. It's still early in the season. Well, talk about demoralized, and we get some big hits on the other end of the ice. Goodness.
Just ran through. Jim Brown would be proud. Backhanded pass, no one home. 6-1. That is not a misprint, folks. 6 unanswered goals. It happens, though, in sports. These blowouts that you can't explain. You know, John Elway won 2 Super Bowls, but before that he lost 3. And he got blown out in all 3 of them.
It wasn't even close. He lost to the 49ers and the Dolphins. No, not the Dolphins. Who am I saying?
49ers, the Washington Commanders,
oh, that's right,
and the New York Giants.
And he still won 2. He got there eventually.
And then, of course, Dan Marino's last game. Do you remember the final score of that last game against Jacksonville?
62-7?
Yeah, 62-7.
Yeah. I was very young when that game happened. I went back and was, I guess, just looking through all that. I saw that score, and I thought it was a misprint. And lo and behold, Jaguars took it to the Dolphins that day.
So blowouts are going to happen. Unexplainable things happen in sports.
Yeah, and I want Benet and all their fans to remember that. It's still very early in the season, and this shouldn't be an actual reflection of who this team is and how talented and well-coached they are. It's a long season, right? Sometimes you have lapses in that. Not everybody can be consistently foot on the gas, achieving at their highest level every time. And that's okay. Sometimes these games are necessary to get back on track like that.
Right.
They're back in
Here we go,
tomorrow.
Breakaway chance, and playing it from behind. Glenbrook North, even though they're up 5 goals, they're playing as if it's a 2-1 game.
Can't be mad at competitors trying to go out there and compete, I suppose.
They are going all out, trying to win this hockey game like it's a 2-1 game. Here we go, 2-on-1. Reading the saucer pass well. And some unfortunate penalties hurt the Red Wings too. It's going to be icing called. Appreciate everybody watching. Live chat's available for you. Haven't seen Hudson Schlie a lot, as you would expect, with the score being 6-1.
Yeah, I was looking forward to him really breaking out this game because the Benet offense looked so good against Mount Carmel. We mentioned numerous times. 6 goals, 6 different goal scorers. Not a single one of them was their all-state forward in Schlie. I mean, it's hard to just cast the blame on him or just one person in general because this is just a really strong effort all around from Glenbrook North.
We've gone all out with the music selection. We have some rap, some country, some slow rock.
We've had everything from DaBaby to Linkin Park to Lil Uzi Vert, I think, was on there too.
Yeah, Walker cheated. He was almost next to the center before the face-off. Can't do that. So Walker will have to take the face-off this time. Won by the Red Wings. DiCosola trying to get out, can't. Shot off the stick. Ciesla read it well. Walker played off the puck. Some pushing at DiCosola. And now he'll get the puck. Walker! Was that to the head? It's by the ref. They say play on. It's like I said, Andrew, you keep letting it happen. It's going to get worse and worse.
It's a snowball effect, right? You make that one cross-check call that, you know, maybe was not the textbook definition of a cross-check. Maybe he was not in line with what the referees had been doing before. And now we're seeing all different things on the ice. It's also hard to talk about the referees in a 6-1 game, but it's still an important aspect of the game going forward.
Well, I mean, if they had called that penalty, maybe Benet scores to make it 6-2. The game's over, but I think I was doing play-by-play for a championship hockey game. It was 18U Nationals. And I think the team was up by 3 or 4 goals, and they blew it. So it can happen in youth hockey. He's got a wide-open man. He shoots. He scores! Miller, 7-1 lead. He could have read a book how open he was.
Breakaway opportunity, just perfectly executed there. That was scoring that goal. Let's see, that was Tristan Miller, I believe.
Yeah.
For the Spartans. Got a beautiful feed-in pass from the left side. He's right in front of the slot. Basically, it's a PK with him and the Red Wings Ciesla in net. Other than that, that's all you're getting from me. The Spartans look good. That's analysis. Hard to hang this one on Benet. The Spartans really are just an impressive hockey team. This might be one of head coaches Evan Polakidis' best teams he's had in a long time. And that's saying something. He's coached a state champion before.
Thank you for that excellent analysis, Pepper Brooks. I talked to the captain of Globo Gym, and he says he really wants to win this one. Back to you, Cotton.
Dodgeball's a great movie, isn't it?
And they're going to make the remake, and it's going to stink. You know they're in talks about that?
I did not know. I know they're making Happy Gilmore too, which is...
Oh, no.
That's something.
Oh, no. Say it ain't so, Adam Sandler. Dude, if you want a new yacht, I'll set up a GoFundMe so you don't have to make any more movies. We know he's good. I've seen him in Uncut Gems, and I've seen him in Punch Drunk Love. When he wants to try, he's good. But no, say it ain't so about Adam Sandler. I mean, Happy Gilmore, too. That shot, saved by Ciesla. 7-1. The touchdown and the extra point was good for Glenbrook North.
Everything's coming up the Spartans' way. What else can you say than that? We're gonna see if the break in the locker room and the Zamboni and the ice changes anything. But right now, it is not much of a game.
We'll take a break. We'll give you some analysis at the intermission break. It's 7-1 Spartans here on Recruitlings.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Kyle Smith. Andrew Diedrich will be joining us in a minute. It's a 7-1 lead for the Glenbrook North Spartans. Mama said there'd be days like this, Mama said, and That's the case right now for the Benet Academy Red Wings. They were up 1-0, and then they weren't. Andrew, thanks for joining us. 7 unanswered goals. The touchdown was good, as was the extra point, and 7 unanswered goals. What else can you say? Glenbrook North dominating Benet Academy right now.
Yeah, anytime you bring in a football reference to scoring in a hockey game, you know something's not going right for you. As much as you want to tell Benet to keep their heads up and stuff like that, because this really is a really good Glenbrook North Spartan hockey team. They're very well coached. There's nothing they're not doing correctly out there. Hopefully Benet can muster up something in this last 17 minutes of action. We're going to have a running clock because it's usually a 5-goal lead. Gets the running clock in the third period. So it might be a quicker period for them, but at least get some new faces out there, score a couple goals just to make the score look better, and try to get some momentum going into the game tomorrow.
Yeah, Joel Koehn, if you're just joining us, gave up 4 goals. One was definitely his fault. It was a terrible angle shot. But other than that, he played fine. Defense, not good. It was like a C- grade. Koehn was C+. The offense, B+. They've had opportunities. They haven't been able to capitalize. The defense, though, if you're going to win in the Blackhawk Cup, it's got to be a lot better than what we've seen today.
Yeah, and we talk about those offensive opportunities. Benet has definitely gotten a lot of opportunities. Now, the quality of those opportunities is a different story. We kind of said it in that first period where Glenbrook North seemed to only have a couple chances to shoot at the net, but they were great looks. They converted numerous times. Bennett's getting a lot of chances to actually put the puck on net somewhere over there. They're not as good looks as you want. They're not unabated to the goalie. There's somebody in the way. I mean, credit to the Glenbrook defense, of course, for doing that. And defensively, it's hard to do a lot with this Spartan offense. They have such a balanced attack. Everything's coming up their way. Can something different happen in 17 minutes? Can we see a miracle shocker? Maybe a 6-goal comeback in the third period? They play the games for a reason, Kyle. You can never rule it out.
It's not going to happen. Paul Akitas might resign the next day if they give up 6 unanswered goals in the third period. So if you're wondering, we've been referencing the Bill Belichick, we're on to Cincinnati. For people that don't know, so this is what happened. A Monday night game, the Patriots, when Belichick and Brady were both part of the Patriots organization, they got dominated by Alex Smith and the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. When the reporters asked him if he was going to go to Garoppolo to give him some reps, Garoppolo was a young player at that point, all Belichick would say was, we're on to Cincinnati. Kind of like when Marshawn Lynch said, I'm only here so I don't get fined. Then they went on a run, and they won the Super Bowl. Is that going to happen at Benet Academy? Are they going to go on a run and win the Blackhawk Cup if Coach Schlie tells them we're on to Cincinnati? No, I'm just saying one game does not define your season.
Yeah, I don't want – that's a great point, Kyle. Nobody should be looking at this Benet team and thinking that the season's done, they don't have talented players on their roster, and they're not well coached, because none of those things are true. There is so much to the season left. This is a non-CCHL game, which maybe softens the blow a little bit, and they're right back in action tomorrow in front of their home fans against Marist right here. Stay tuned. We'll see you there. Other than that, though, Benet faithful, keep your heads up. I know the players are going to do the same. You know, they have 17 more minutes to go ahead and prove something out there. I think we're going to get something out of them, and, you know, I wish the best for them, and, you know, we'll see what happens, I guess.
I know how it's getting to them, though. They tied Glenbrook South. Mm-hmm. They lost to Glenbrook North at their home ice. Now they're back at their home ice, Bennett's home ice. They're getting blown out. It's somewhat of a demoralizing blow because you're going to have to play an SHL team in the postseason. You played an SHL team last year, Loyola. You got blown out. You're playing an SHL team today. You're getting blown out. Doubt starts to creep into your mind a little bit. Are we good enough to compete with the SHL? Spoiler alert, they are, but they got to have that confidence and that optimism when they play. When you think you're going to lose to the opponent, the game's over before it even started.
Yeah, big mental thing. The SHL is sharp, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The Glenbrook teams, St. Ignatius is in there. That's a really competitive hockey conference, and I mean, any team that goes in there, it's, you know, they're just beating the heck out of each other in there. That's kind of what I like about it. Benet, again, trying to hang in there. Game's not over yet.
It's over.
Technically.
Mathematically, I guess.
Yeah, what was it, 99.9 if there was like a win probability thing. But you got to keep the faith. Bennett's going to come out here and prove something in the third period. That will be my prediction. We're going to see some new life out of Benet just to go out there and prove something.
We're going to see a lot of line 3s and 4s from both teams.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens if Benet scores at least 2 more goals. No more running clock, but the period should start with a running clock. We're going to take a break. More hockey action coming up next.
And you guys are going to look at us for a second while I run over and hit the button. 1 second.
So I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 7-1 lead as Andrew will go back to his technical director spot. Tough job right now for the Benet Academy Red Wings.
Yeah.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith alongside Andrew Diedrich. Wish we had a better score to report, but that is the score thus far, 7-1. See what Benet Academy can do, and surprisingly, Hudson Schlie at least will start the third period. He'll take the face-off against Sterner. Sterner with 2 goals. His second one was scored on the 5-on-3. Miller on the ice as well. He made it 7-1. As face-off won by Glenbrook North, and partner, it was 2-1 after the first period, and then 5 unanswered goals in the second period for the Spartans.
The Spartans are a good team. It really did feel like the wheels kind of fell off for the Benet Red Wings, though.
It definitely did. After Koehn gave up the goal, it just felt like Benet wanted to give up. You could kind of sense it from their nonverbal communication.
Yeah, it just got worse as the time goes on, too. I think the real bad one, like you said, was that weird angle goal that kind of slipped off Joel Koehn's back and went into the net on top of a couple penalty situations. Yeah, it's just... I hate to report doom and gloom, like you said, but as it stands, it is indeed 7-1.
And look, I know you're down 6 as you see the running clock. Still play your game. It was obvious that Benet had a guy in the zone. Don't just shoot the puck into the zone. It's an automatic offside, so now the puck's got to be deep in your end. Still play the game as if it were 2-1. But what you can do, like we saw what Ciesla did, he came out of the net even though there was a Glenbrook North forward pretty close to him. You can do that when the score's 7-1. When it's 2-1, you can't be as aggressive.
Correct.
Wide open man in Hollweck. Is he going to get his second goal? Pretty close. Wouldn't that be something that they lost 7-2 and both goals were from Hollweck?
Hollweck's been all over the board this season. He was first goal scorer in that game last week against Mount Carmel. He was the first on the board here. First goal of the game here. Because keep in mind, these 7 from the Spartans were unanswered.
7 unanswered, wow.
That's pretty unprecedented, even in terms of high school hockey.
Excellent team effort. We'll do the 3 stars of the game in about 5 minutes. Trying to think of great comebacks in NHL history. I always think of that Game 7 comeback. You remember it? The Bruins were down by 3 goals to the Maple Leafs, and then the Maple Leafs did Maple Leaf things and blew it.
Oh, poor Toronto fans. Yeah, I remember that vividly. I'm sure any Maple Leafs fans watching also remember it the same.
I don't think Austin Meadows was on that team, but don't quote me on that. It's one of those things where hockey's better when Toronto is good, but they haven't won the Stanley Cup since 1964. And that's where the Hockey Hall of Fame is.
You think with the Hall of Fame being there, they would have some success. 1964, I guess I didn't even realize it was that long.
Yeah, that's back when Eric had hair.
It's funny because there's a non-zero chance he's listening and just heard that. And goes, oh, Kyle, what the heck?
What kind of low blow is that? Just like Alyssa Milano in the Family Guy episode. What kind of low blow is that? That shot.
About that one.
That's the, I forget what episode it is, but Peter says, this is going to be easier than Alyssa Milano. And then actually Alyssa Milano in a cameo, like the actual Alyssa Milano, is on the phone saying, what kind of low blow is that? She's on the phone with her agent, and the agent's like, suing.
That's good fun, isn't it?
You ever see Alyssa Milano's claim to fame, Who's the Boss?
I don't believe I have.
It was Judith Light, Tony Danza, back when Tony Danza was relevant.
So it was a while ago.
Yeah. He did Angels in the Outfield, then it went downhill for him after that.
That's a good movie, Angels in the Outfield.
It's a little cheesy, but
he gets the job done.
It's one of the 2 times the Angels have been relevant.
You're just ripping on some fans right now.
Everybody's being thrown under the bus today.
Nobody will be spared.
That 2002 season, though, for the Angels was so great. Nice pass. And Ciesla wasn't quite ready for it right away. That almost went into the net.
That's the one thing I'll say is, regardless of individual effort from some of the Benet players, they all seem a bit out of sync with each other. I don't know if they're all on the same page. Maybe it's a focus thing, a strategy thing. I'm not quite sure, but nobody quite seems to be operating in the same wavelength.
So, Andrew, who do you think the 3 stars of the game?
That's a good question. I think I will go ahead and give one to...
Look at that move. Shot.
I was going to hold that thought. We had an opportunity down there. I will go ahead and give one to Rauterman of the Spartans. I think he's done a thorough job in the net. He really hasn't had all that much to stop, but he's all-state for a reason. He's really one of the best in the Scholastic Hockey League. He's done everything that's asked for him. He came in after that first goal was let up by Silver, came in shortly after in that first period, and he's really just been a great force in the crease between the pipes for the Spartans. So I will give him my 1 star. I'm curious to see who you might be thinking will deserve such an honor.
Lions, the 2nd star.
Yeah, I think that's a given.
And then the 3rd star, the most important player, Jackson Sterner, with those 2 goals.
The newcomer. We weren't sure how he was going to fit into this offense. He was probably the biggest question mark coming in for this Glenbrook North team that was trying to find an identity. And I think they definitely found it, or one aspect of it, with the newcomer Jackson Sterner. He is sharp.
Good player. A lot of good players on this team. I don't know how they compete with New Trier Green and St. Ignatius. York, who's been in the championship game past 2 years. You talk about how much York has improved with their athletics department. They've always been great track and field and cross country, but other sports, they've just been a half step behind. But then Fitzgerald in the football program, he's now coaching at Marist. And then the hockey program, now hockey's not technically part of the school, it's a club sport.
Mm-hmm.
But back-to-back state championship game appearances against powerhouses at Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South, St. Ignatius. They beat St. Ignatius in overtime last year. That's really impressive from the York High School athletics department. So big congratulations to them. The football team was in the semifinals in back-to-back years. Unfortunately, they had to play Loyola in both years. Hard team to beat. But it's an athletics department that's on the rise. So if you're looking for a place to move, the York High School district, if you have an up-and-coming athlete kid, it's a good district to move to.
There's a lot of really solid school districts and institutions that we call these games for, Kyle, isn't there?
It's a good place to send your kids. I don't know if you can afford it to live in the Chicagoland area, but if you want to take out a bank loan to move to the Chicagoland area, no. There's some affordable places, especially Lake County. If you want to live in Antioch and Grays Lake, it's affordable. And the fan's not happy. It's like we talked about, Andrew, when you don't call penalties, the players try to get away with more and more stuff until a penalty is finally called.
And a 7-1 game, we might see some frustration and anger go somewhere. That was
the definition of cheating.
Yeah.
Dentice tried to take the puck and throw it into the net. I don't think it's game ejection because he didn't hit anybody, but that should be a penalty for unsportsmanlike.
You might get something here. I'm not quite sure.
I'll watch on replay in a second, but it sure looked like Dentice was trying to score by throwing it into the net, right?
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. That's why I kind of like had a double take and wasn't quite sure what I saw. Either way, it's a face-off for Benet.
Look, if you put Benet into the penalty box, if Dentice has to go to the penalty box, they're killing a penalty for 2 more minutes. I know that stinks, but you can't do that. No matter what the score is, you can't take the puck and try to throw it into the net. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Some might say. I don't know if that's what Andrew Schlie and the Benet Red Wings would say.
The Tom Brady philosophy, allegedly.
Yeah, his lawyers might come after you. Thank you for putting the allegedly on there.
I think their lawyers are doing more important things than watching Benet Academy against Glenbrook North. Although I would love it if you're on the live chat, Brady's lawyers, feel free to chat.
Anybody who stuck with us all game, appreciate you being on. We got 8 minutes left in this matchup, but we're back at it tomorrow. Benet versus Marist.
If you're a Benet fan and you're frustrated, look, we got a long way to go in the season. Oh, this is a great song, by the way. Marist is coming into town. It's a long drive from Marist. Are they going to watch some of the Bears game? Maybe not be completely focused? It's possible. If Bennett's focused tomorrow, they can get a win. A win tomorrow is a lot more important than a win today. You'd love to go 2-0 for the weekend, but that's not going to happen. Shot. And that's the other thing, too, Andrew. It's the little things. Don't shoot it right into Reiterman's breadbasket. You got to go to the pad, go off his pad, and a rebound try in front. When you go into the breadbasket, Reiterman can easily freeze it.
Yeah, we all know he's all-state, but I think you make anybody look all-state if you shoot it right in that breadbasket. I mean, right at his numbers on his chest. So it's going to be there's a lot of things I think Benet will review on film, but like you said, it's the little things. It's going to be a point of contention for sure for head coach Andrew Schlie.
Sometimes, that shot saved by Ciesla. Played a good game. Hasn't had that many shots on him. I mean, after it was 4-1, Glenbrook North got a little bit conservative on defense, and then Benet kept committing penalties. The cross-check I did not think was one. That wasn't the defining moment of the game. It didn't help. Defining game was maybe the goal that Koehn gave up. But I think once Ryle was able to go straight in and then deke out the netminder and Koehn made it 3-1. You could just see the nonverbal communication for Benet change, and that's something they have to work on both in practice and in off-ice conditioning and when they're on the ice. When bad things happen, you got to regroup and you got to find a way to get over it.
Especially at this level, these are just high school kids, 15, 16, 17 years old, and once that head goes down, they get a little demoralized. It usually doesn't come back up.
Centered in front. That shot, save, and a good one by Ciesla. Is it still in play? It is, past the blue line. Wide open. Everything is so easy for Glenbrook North on offense right now. Trying to get it out, Benet can't. If you're just joining us, nice move, chance, he shoots! Ciesla with a beautiful save! Well, silver lining, that was a heck of a play by the netminder.
Yeah, minus the score, Ciesla's definitely going to put that one in his highlight reel as he corrals the puck again and will freeze it.
It was one heck of a play.
He really has been solid the past 2 seasons for this Benet Red Wings team. They have a couple good goalies on their roster. We saw Koehn earlier. We might see Christensen tomorrow, as you predicted, Kyle. But Ciesla is really the one that's kind of leading the charge, and I would imagine is the focal leader of those that are between the pipes.
I don't even know this song, Andrew. Do you know it?
To be honest, I only caught the last half of it. I was giving my analysis on Mr. Ciesla, of course. Honestly, I don't know. I'm the guy that's supposed to be hip to everything here, right? Yeah. I'm not doing my job.
You had one job and you blew it. You blew it.
I heard a couple different things. We had a song by Big X The Plug. There was something else we were listening to. I don't know. They play so many different songs. The DJ crew here at Seven Bridges. They do a pretty good job. Like you said, it's a good variety of songs.
Well, nobody has scored this period, so we talk about winning periods. Benet lost the first one, got absolutely trounced in the second period. 0-0 game if you only count the third period. That's something to look forward to tomorrow's game.
Even if it's the slightest bit of momentum going forward, the fact that you were able to hold your ground firm after a team scored 7 unanswered after you scored first, it's something to write home about, right? They really have to have a short memory, though, not just because it's good to have a short memory in sports, because they have to turn around and play a huge CCL match game. Rather, it's not a match, it's not soccer.
Too much soccer for you.
Too much soccer. They got a game against Marist tomorrow. They'll turn it around.
Too much football for you.
No such thing.
So when we're in America, it's always soccer, it's never football.
I let people do whatever they feel is best. I've always called it soccer. My American Yankee origins, I guess, did that to me.
Could have been a slash. It's 7-1 with 3 minutes left. Just let him play, I guess. I don't mind the no call there.
I think most of the time, a lot of fans would have been up in arms over that, but given the circumstances of the game, we will play on.
Sent back into the zone. Cycle to the corner. That shot goes wide. Off the boards as here comes Glenbrook North. Tough loss for Benet, but they did not give up 10 goals, which is good.
Anytime there's double digits involved in hockey, it was either a really good or a really bad day for you.
It's so hard to score 10 goals. When a team scores 10 goals on you, you really got to consider how good is our back checking, what do we need to work on? Is goalie an area of the game we need to work on? Off the stick. And this game can't end any quicker for the Red Wings.
Coming up for the Glenbrook North Spartans, their next game I see in their schedule at the Fenwick Friars, October 13th.
I think they'll win that one. Fenwick struggled in the SHL last year. They played excellent hockey in the CCHL, so there are 2 teams that play in both the CCHL and the SHL, Fenwick and St. Ignatius. St. Byard and Loyola used to play in the CCHL, but no longer. As playing him off the puck well, I believe that was Quinlan, and then over to the hash mark. That slap shot. Loose puck, no one home to send it into the net as Poro on it. Over to neutral ice. And that 2-hopper goes into the glove of Ciesla. He'll just let his defenseman play it. Saucer pass. No one home. Lions has it. And if you're just joining us, the 3 stars of the game as that goes out of play. Will we get another face-off or will we call it? We'll see. But our 3 stars of the game, 3rd star was Reiderman. 2nd star was Solely Lions. And our 1st star was Jackson Sterner. Reiderman's first name is Michael, so Michael Reiderman, big congratulations to you for star number 3. Officials will allow one more face-off, and that should be the last face-off of the game. It's won by the Spartans, very apropos, right? The last face of the game won by the team that won by 6 goals.
Yeah, I think that's a nice microcosm of what we saw here today at Seven Bridges. I think this is a great win for the Spartans, of course, going forward. A lot of momentum building their way. They have a tough SHL schedule ahead of them. And for Benet, maybe a wake-up call, maybe just a lapse, maybe it wasn't their day. Either way, we're going to really test that tomorrow against Marist. And we hope to see all you out there joining us tomorrow as well.
The game tomorrow is a lot bigger than the game today. If you win against Marist, you just forget today happened.
Yeah, like you said, maybe that softens the blow a little bit. And as we run out of time here.
Big congratulations to Glenbrook North. They gave up the early goal. Oh, no. Some pushing and shoving, some chippiness. And partner, even though the game is over, if you fight, that is still a 2-game suspension.
It looks like it got broken up before it got out of hand or anything. Not the way you want to end this game for either team, though. Either way, as it stands, Glenbrook North 7, Benet Academy 1.
Ryderman technically had the shutout. He did not start, though. And Silver gave up a goal. 4 goals given up by Koehn, 3 by Ciesla. Don't go anywhere. Our post-game interview is coming up next, as well as the post-game wrap-up. But for now, that does it here at Seven Bridges Ice Arena. 7-1 in favor of the visiting Glenbrook North Spartans. Congratulations, Glenbrook North. And our post-game interview, most likely with Hudson Hollweck, coming up next here on Recruitlings.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head. Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kits that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Academy player of the game, Hudson Hollweck, who scored the first goal of the game, but then Glenbrook North scored 7 unanswered goals to win 7-1. Things were going your way the first couple minutes, but then 7 unanswered goals by Glenbrook North in this non-conference game.
Yeah, not the outcome we wanted. We're hoping to take these guys to the house today, so not to get a touchdown put up on us.
You're a little bit young 10 years ago, but there was a famous moment in a press conference by Bill Belichick. He was asked how he regroups from the Monday Night Football loss, and he said, "We're on to Cincinnati." Was that kind of the mindset by Coach Schlie? We're on to Cincinnati, we're on to tomorrow's game against Marist?
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do in practice this week, but we do have a game tomorrow, so we're hoping to show up tomorrow.
What does Marist like to do both offensively and defensively? It's a long drive for them. They obviously don't want to come here empty-handed without the win.
Yeah, we didn't have them in our league the last couple of years, so we haven't seen them in a while, but I'm sure it's another game we're supposed to win.
For people that aren't familiar with the Marist-Benet rivalry, what is it like?
It's not really a rivalry when you beat them every time, so we're hoping to do the same thing tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes.
What's it going to take for a win? What were some of the things you didn't do well today that you got to do tomorrow?
It's the same mistakes we make over and over again, not breaking out of the zone, so it's that kind of thing. We just got to, move past that and go score.
Well, you scored. What worked for you well on that goal?
Just rebounds. Tommy made a great play to the net. Just buried the rebound. So,
final thoughts about the game as you get ready for tomorrow?
Just not the outcome we wanted. So,
that's Hudson Hollweck. Post-game wrap-up coming up next.
Brian's Garage Door Solutions. 25 years of expert residential and commercial garage door design, sales, and service, and almost 1,000 five-star Google reviews. Tate Enterprises. Design and remodeling for kitchens, basements, bathrooms, whole house, and home additions. Max Heads Custom Kick Drum Heads. Design online, upload, create, rock. If you're in a band, you need a Max Head.
Hi, my name is Brian Koehn. I am the president of Soccer 2000. We are a soccer specialty store located in Downers Grove. We specialize in servicing club uniforms and a personalized retail experience. Soccer 2000 has an exclusive team center that includes a wide variety of uniform kits to help your club choose the next kit that will make you guys look great on the field. Contact us at 630-241-9500 or find us online at soccer2000.com.
Did you know that you can advertise your business on our live streams? You sure can. Contact us about the numerous advertising opportunities we offer to local businesses during our sports live streams. Build brand awareness, engage customers, and support your local sports teams. Contact us for more information.
Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith, Andrew Diedrich will join us in a minute. 7-1 win for Glenbrook North. And 7 unanswered goals for the Spartans did in the Red Wings today. But the good news is, as Andrew joins our camera 4 here, good news is for the Red Wings, they play the Marist Redhawks tomorrow. So the Battle of the Reds. And it's a conference game, so that matters a little bit more towards the Kennedy Cup.
A loss is a loss. It's definitely going to sting. But like you said, what softens the blow, this is a non-conference matchup. Tomorrow against Marist, that's the one they're really looking forward to. We talked to Hudson Hollweck in the postgame interview. All he had to say was, you know, we made a lot of mistakes that we always make. We just need to be better tomorrow. And they're definitely going to have a little more, I don't know, coming off a loss like this, I feel like there's a little more juice, a little more amps to go back out there and achieve and do great things tomorrow.
You know what's great? When you're interviewing these puppy hockey players, 16, 17, 18 years old, I'm trying to reference the Bill Belichick we're on to Cincinnati. He was smiling, but I don't think he knew what I was talking about.
Nah, probably not. He knows who Bill Belichick is, but yeah, that was 10 years ago. He would have been 6 or 7 years old. He's probably still watching SpongeBob.
Unless he's 18, so he'd be at most 8.
That's still a young age to internalize Bill Belichick's post-game remarks from the conference. But it's the sentiment's there. It's exactly what I think is going to be the message in that locker room right now.
So it's got to be, right? You can't think about losing 7-1 when you're taking the ice against Marist. It has to be a clean slate. You have to work on what didn't go well today, because I'm sure that Marist has players similar to Glenbrook North. I don't know if they're as fast. They might be bigger. Everybody has different sizes, athletic ability, skating, what have you. You got to be able to work on what went wrong today. But the good news is I don't know if Marist is going to be as fast as Glenbrook North. The problem is Marist might have seen that post-game interview, and Hudson, I love him, but he was saying, I don't know if it's much of a rivalry when we beat him every year. If I'm Marist and I see that post-game interview, I am going to be lighting a fire up my players' butts, up my teammates' butts to get a victory tomorrow.
That's big bulletin board material, and to do that after a 7-1 loss is bold, but I kind of like it. You know, Hudson Hollweck, kind of one of the leaders of this team in many ways. The one, he scored the only goal today. He scored a goal last week against Mount Carmel, and I kind of like that fire out of him. I think you have to get some sort of passion invigorated back into the locker room, back in the minds of these guys with your actions, your words, what have you, to get things going again. You want to get this train back on the tracks and have it running real fast. Well, right now you're derailed. How are you going to get it back on, and how are you going to continue to try and push your teammates to be great every single day of the season?
So a 7-1 win for Glenbrook North. If you're just joining us, our 3 stars were Reiderman. That's Michael Reiderman. He's the goalie. Second star was Sully Lyons. And the third star, the most important player, was Jackson Sterner. Never a good day for Benet when all 3 stars of the game were Glenbrook North.
Yeah, we really wanted to try and see something out of Benet. Both their goalies really didn't look the best. We saw Koehn started, gave up 4 goals, I believe it was. Ciesla did a little bit better, but this Glenbrook North offense was just too much of an attack, even for him and the rest of the defense. Benet, put it past you. That's all there is to it.
Right.
They are well coached. They have a lot of solid players on the roster, and they're going to show up the rest of the season. This one might as well not even happen in their minds.
Can't commit penalties. The 5-on-3. It was a ticky-tack cross-checking penalty, but you know what? Bad things are going to happen. Bad calls or ticky-tack calls are going to happen. You got to rise above it. They couldn't do it. They got to look at what happened today, move past it, but don't do what they did today tomorrow.
Yeah, great teams win no matter the circumstances. If there's a bad call or whatever happens to be, somebody goes down, you have to win no matter what you're faced with. And Benet did not come up and get that win today, but no matter what the circumstances are, whether you're coming off a 7-1 loss, can they come out and win tomorrow? And I think that's the true test of greatness and resilience on how this Benet team comes out and plays on their home ice tomorrow.
Final thoughts about the game today. They were up 1-0. They were winning. They had a lead, but
Benet did spend some time of the game winning. If anything, if that's the one thing to write home about, let's write home about that, Kyle.
All right, we're going to take a break, and that actually does it for our broadcast. So for everybody that worked on today's broadcast, Eric Ratchey, Hayden Bales, Demia Potter, Frank Arroyo, he's Andrew Diedrich, I'm Kyle Smith. We'll see you tomorrow against Marist. Come here. It'll be starting at 4 o'clock.
Stay tuned with us, and I'm also running over to my computer again, so you get Kyle for a couple more seconds.
Drive home safely, everybody.